Hey, water signs, what's up? How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for popping in. This is for you if you have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces as a prominent placement in your chart. We're going to read for each one of those signs individually. Timestamps will be below this video. We're going to see what January has in store for you and get you some quick little mini messages for January for both money and love. Now, if you would like to see your 2026 entirely, I have that done in detail for you, breaking down past love, new love. It's like a 20-something minute reading for each sign. The link for that is below this video. Those are over on Patreon. Nonetheless, let's get started and get your January predictions. All right, Team Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What can Cancer expect for job, money, and career? Job, money, and career for Cancer for January. What does Cancer need to know? You may have some blockages going into January. Two of Swords. We're going to see more about that. Give me Cancer. Job, money, and career. Job, money, and career. Something you may not know or you may not see. You may be asked to hold off on making a money-related decision until you have more information. You may think you have information, but not realize that you don't. Let's see here. Let's get more on that Two of Swords and what you need to know around job, money, and career. Job, money, and career for Cancer, please. Job, money, and career for Cancer. Job, money, and career. Okay, listen. What I'm getting is this. Cancer, listen to me. I know that you are soft-hearted, and that's one of the things that makes Cancer energy beautiful, okay, is you have such nurturing and loving energy. What I feel like is this. If you are not careful, you don't confuse making decisions about money around emotions, all right? You've got to sometimes take a step back and make head-over-heart decisions, particularly when it has to do with job, money, or career. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like you may be being, there may be someone around you or something around you, if you're not careful, that there may be some emotional manipulation playing to your emotions, making you feel some sense of duty or obligation towards something. And you know, and it could just be that because you got history at a workplace, you feel some sort of sentimental attachment to it with this Six of Cups here. But ultimately, you've got to take all that out of it, because, you know, when you just make those decisions based on that and that alone, you know, sometimes that can we can be blind. We can absolutely be blind, and we don't realize it necessarily, right? So see the truth of the situation, all right? Trust your gut. Listen to that intuition, all right? You'll know when the time is right. You may honestly be finding yourself taking some sort of leap of faith around what you do for a living, changing what you do, changing it up. But there's an intuitive nudge, and I will tell you that will lead to success. That will lead to success. All right. I do feel that way. So if you're looking at, you know, taking a leap of faith, and usually that's something that, at least on paper, looks risky. All right. So it could be an entirely new direction for you. And, you know, maybe it's going back to school. Maybe it's doing a different type, adding something to your self-employed business. Maybe it's, you know, changing your career path, changing what you're doing at work even. It's going to work for you. And it's going to work well. All right. So that's the things that I'm picking up that you need to know around job, money, and career for January. Let's see about love. What does Cancer need to know about love for January? What does Cancer need to know about love for the month of January? What does Cancer need to know around love for the month of January? January 2026 for Cancer, please. January 2026 for Cancer. January 2026 for love for Cancer, please. January for Cancerians. What does Cancer need to know around love for January 2026, please? What does Cancer need to know about love for January 2026. What does Cancer need to know about love? January 2026. So we have the Fool card, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups. You got two different people that are going to be in your energy. I see you having an inclination to take a leap of faith here, or to accept an offer. Could be somebody with air, water. Tell me about these folks. Tell me about these folks. Okay, listen to me. One of them is a never-ending story, and it never ends well. Okay, the never-ending story, the toxic pattern, the one that's exhausting to deal with. One of these, end of a tough cycle. Maybe something new. All right. I literally feel like you've got an opportunity to stop fighting for something that's a losing battle. 9 of Wands here. Throw in the towel. Let the burdens down. 10 of Wands in reverse. Go for something new. All right. You do have a past person in your energy all day long. Death reversed. Maybe it's you hung up on them. Maybe it's them coming back around. But I see it being the never-ending story. My cards are literally telling me that you already know what to expect with this person. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know it would be more injurious to yourself to put yourself back in that. You'd be putting yourself back in harm's way to get your heart broken again. But this Page of Cups, light. Again, you've got a decision to make. Your intuition is literally telling you what to do, Cancer, and you know. So it's time to take a leap of faith. Often that's in a new direction. That's with the unfamiliar. That's getting out of your comfort zone. And maybe, Cancer, your comfort zone has been fighting for something that's actually been hurting you to fight for it. All right. So I kind of think this is a month of releasing all around, knowing what's worth fighting for and what's not. Okay. What's no longer serving you? What am I holding on to that I need to sail past? How do I need to stand in my power with this Chariot card that is your energy? So I see some opportunities to move in a new direction that's more exciting, and your intuition is taking you there. That's what I see for you, Cancers. Again, check out the lengthy 2026 predictions where we go into great detail around job, money, career, past love, new love, etc. You can see all of that. It's like a 20-something minute long video, and the link for that is below this video for your whole year prediction. Okay, so I hope that helped you, Team Cancer. Thank you guys so much. We are going to read for the Scorpios next. All right, Scorpio, let's take a look at what you need to know for January. Let's get you a quick message around job, money, and career for Scorpio for January. Scorpio, what do you need to know for January? For job, money, and career first. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Your 2026 money was incredible for your yearly. We did that over on Patreon. All right, let's see what we got for January for you, for job, money, and career, Scorpio. Job, money, and career for Scorpio, please. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Job, money, and career for Scorpio. Queen of Pentacles. Judgment. Picking up. Scorpio. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card, both of those in the upright. And then we have this Four of Swords in the reverse. Your money is going to be flowing. And I feel like it's coming, you're renewing or rising up from some kind of monetary challenge or career challenge, okay, of some sort. Okay, I don't know if you've had stagnation, if you're self-employed, but I see you literally doing what Scorpios best and do best. And that's, your energy is right here in this Judgment card. Okay, Scorpio, what I feel like is this: you are rising up from the ashes, resurrecting yourself, coming in like the phoenix rising up after the burning. Such a Scorpio message. And boy, are you ever standing in your power. Advice: don't stress. Don't stress. You got this. You may have fought hard to get here, but know this: you need to take your time to rest and rejuvenate yourself. All right. I don't want to hear y'all say I can sleep when I die. And I know I do that sometimes, but at the end of the day, you've got to take some time for yourself and catch up on your rest and your R&R. That's going to keep you balanced. It's also going to keep you fresh for whatever you do for work. All right. That's what I got. Good money flow. Good money flow. Let's talk about love. What do you need to know about love for January? Give me a message for Scorpio, please, for love. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Give me a message for Scorpio for romance. What do you need to know, Scorpio, for romance? Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What do you need to know? What do my Scorpios need to know around love? The Devil card. King of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles. Scorpio, know the difference between something healthy and a trauma bond. All right. There is something here that is not love. It is obsession. Okay. And I'm going to call it. And it may be time to release that. Okay. And see it for what it is. And I'm going to say this: it is much harder to release something that we are obsessed with than we are in love with. That's how you're going to know. If you're sitting here saying, but Auntie Karen, I've never felt anything like this before, it's the strongest thing ever. That sounds like obsession to me. Love is not going to, obsession has a much more addictive energy to it than love. All right. Nonetheless, there is someone here that is, it's not love. That's why the King of Cups is in reverse. It's easy to confuse the two, but if you'll do enough inner work, you'll learn the difference. Okay. And it can be trippy. It can really trip you up. And I get that. All right. But I do feel like this is a point in time where you need to reach out to friends for help. All right. To help you to get through things, and that sort of thing. All right, Scorpio, you want to do that because you definitely don't want to be resistant to change. Okay. In this instance, Scorpio, I don't think you're standing in your power. All right. Scorpios have the ability to release. That's one of the jobs of yours, to stand in that power, to be able to stand in your authenticity and know when something is not working. All right. It is just not serving you to hold on to this stuff. You will absolutely open up for better, for new. All right. For new friendships and relationships. Okay. I see both improving with you releasing this thing. Look at here. 10 of Wands. Your life's going to get a hell of a lot easier if you'll let that shit go. I did a whole thing today during my live that I did earlier today about letting go. You need to go watch that. And I time-stamped that thing that I did about letting go. I time-stamped it. You need to go listen to that today, Scorpio, if you have not already. You do have love coming in, but this is not that. This is not that. All right. Love and obsession, two different things. They cannot exist at the same time. Obsession, selfish. Love, selfless. All right. This is not that. This, where we're not attached, we love freely. There's a difference. All right. We allow people to choose us and we choose other people. We don't need anything from another person. What you feel that you need from this person, Scorpio, Take a look at that. I want you to find out what feeling it is that you are missing, that you feel like that only this person can give you, because that is where you are not showing up for yourself. And you have to learn to give that to yourself. And then you won't feel this obsession towards somebody. All right. And you can let it go. You can live freely and authenticity. You won't be carrying around these burdens. All right. It'll be the end of a hella tough cycle, and you'll manifest the real thing. And that's what I want for you, Scorpio, the real thing. All right. That's what I got for you, Team Scorpio, for January. All right. We're going to go on. Oh, by the way, your 2026, lengthy, over 20 minutes long. We break down past love, new love, job, money, career, all that sort of thing over on Patreon. The link for that below this video. Check it out. All right. Let's go to Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's take a look at January for you. What does Pisces need to know for job, money, and career? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, spicy, feisty Pisces, what do you need to know for job, money, and career? Job, money, and career for Pisces, please. Job, money, and career for Pisces. Job, money, and career for Pisces. Job, money, and career for Pisces, please. Job, money, and career for Pisces. Job, money, and career for Pisces, please. Job, money, and career for Pisces. Job, money, and career for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know about job, money, and career, please? The Fool in reverse, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Pisces, listen to me. I think you are, I think you're in this energy of staying in your comfort zone, staying with what you feel comfortable with, even though it might not be paying what you're worth. All right. You may be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, whatever that may be. That can apply if you are self-employed or employed. And it may be that you need to take a different direction in your career path in either case, okay? Maybe you need to change fields entirely. There is more money to be made, and that is why this Queen of Pentacles is here. And you, Pisces, are settling for less than what you can earn. Absolutely. I think you're working hard and not making good money. And I think there's better money to be made in another direction. And I think you're afraid to take it. Whether that is self-employment, a different career path, just looking for another job, applying for a promotion. What is it, Pisces? What's the leap of faith? And why are you staying in your comfort zone? Because your comfort zone is not paying you what you're worth. Maybe it's paying the bills. Maybe it's not. But you're worth more. And you've got more money on the table that you are, every day that you work doing what you're doing, you're leaving money on the table that you could be making doing something else. Whew. That was a heavy message, wasn't it? That's what I got. That's what I got. All right. What do you need to know about love, Team Pisces? Let's talk about love. Let's talk about romance and what Pisces needs to know about romance. Spicy, feisty Pisces, what do you need to know about romance? Who to trust? Is that a challenge for you, knowing who to trust? Trying to avoid a heartbreak again? Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust yourself. All right, Pisces, what do you need to know about love? What do you need to know about love? Romance, what do you need to know about love? Pisces, what do you need to know about love? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What does Pisces need to know about love? What does Pisces need to know about love? Nine of Wands. Ooh, that's a heavy one. The Moon card. Four of Cups in reverse. Pisces, 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 my loves. You are holding on to something and it's hurting you for doing that. You are absolutely holding on to something that is at this point, Pisces, it's hurting you more to hold on than it would be to let go. That's why the Four of Cups is here in the reverse and the Nine of Wands is here. Nine of Wands is about fighting a losing battle. It's about banging your head against the wall, wondering why you still have a headache. It's not knowing when you need to walk away. And the Moon card, well, yeah, that's Pisces energy. It's also a card of not seeing the truth, being blind. And often Pisces struggle with that. And I know I'm a 12th house stellium. I got a lot of Pisces in my chart. So not trying to call you guys out in any stretch of the imagination. Every sign has its challenges. And one of the challenges associated with Piscean and 12th house energy is seeing people through rose-colored glasses and seeing what people are potentially capable of instead of seeing them as they are. All right. Seeing things as you wish they were instead of as they really are. All right. Pisces, you're injuring yourself by holding on to this. I literally did a whole explanation and analogy about holding on in my live stream earlier today. And I timestamped it, called Holding On or Letting Go. And if you did not see that, I encourage you to go watch it from my live stream. It is worth it. All right. The one that I did earlier today, well, it was January 4th. It's now January 5th as I record this, but you get what I'm saying. Pisces, I want you to go watch that if this makes sense to you, but you're holding on to something that you need to let go of. And as soon as you let go of this, you're going to feel free. It's going to be hard. It's scary to let go. It is scary to let go. But if you'll just breathe for a minute, all right, you'll make it through and you'll start your journey to freedom. That's the journey to freedom, because right now, this is keeping you bound, literally. So there's something that we need to see. There's something that we need to see, Pisces. You absolutely have the power to do this, and you have the power to manifest something healthy. Okay. But this is not that. This is not that. All right. This is a lesson. Whatever I'm picking up on for you is a lesson. I don't know if you're with this person or not. Okay. I kind of feel like you've got history with them. And is there a chance they'll come back around? Yeah. But are you gonna let yourself get injured? Okay. Or are you gonna, say, you know what? It's time for me to see this as it is. It's time for me to have a reality check and look at the truth and not what I want to see. All right. And a lot of people watch me, and all they're looking for me to say is that somebody's coming back. But they won't listen to me when I say, but it's going to be harmful if you take them back. But because somehow they trust the part where they want to hear it so bad from me that somebody's coming back, but they won't trust me whenever I tell them that they're going to get hurt. So if you put so much trust into me saying they're coming back, trust me to know that I'm accurate on this as well. All right? Listen to the whole message. That's what I got, Pisces. That's what you need to know about romance. I know that was tough, but it is what it is. Your 2026 predictions are amazing. And your 2026 year prediction is the longest one. I think it went almost close to 30 minutes. The link for that is below this video. It's over on Patreon. I encourage you to check it out. It was pretty interesting and pretty exciting. So with that being said, Team Pisces, thank you guys. And thanks to all the water signs for tuning in. Love you guys, the moon and back. See y'all next time. Bye.